Hello, scholars. This is Dr. Bethany Fleck, and you are listening to this video because you have enrolled in Psychology 1800, Developmental Educational Psychology. So I'm going to take some time to go over the syllabus with you. I'm also going to show you some things in your Blackboard course. It would be helpful if you had the syllabus printed or if you have it pulled up on your computer. That way you can take some notes or jot down any questions you might have. All right, so let's get started. At the top of the syllabus, it's going to say the course and the time that you're taking it. So this might vary. Summer 2017, maybe it's fall 2017, or anywhere after that. This is an online course. It's going to run either 8 weeks or 16 weeks, depending on what semester you're taking it in. You can see my name is here, my phone number. My office is in Plaza Building 220, and that's actually AC. My email address is there, and my office hours. Those will change based on the semester that you're taking the course, so follow the syllabus that was given to you on Blackboard or from me via email. All right, I have a letter for you here. I'll let you read that at your own pace, at your own time. After that introduction letter, you can see the course description. The course focuses on how developmental and educational psychology can be used to better understand how to teach children. Emphasis is placed on milestones of child development, birth to adolescence, and the influence of family, peers, and school on development during the preschool and elementary school years. So really what we're doing in here, you can continue to read that, but really what we're doing in here is we are talking about the best ways that we can teach young children based on their development. So we're bridging developmental psychology and education. All right, what are the required texts and technology that is needed for this course? You have a main textbook. It's written by McDevitt and Ormrod. It is called Child Development and Education. It's the 5th edition. You also have a second book that's called Educational Psychology Developing Learners. There's actually only a couple chapters in that book. And that book is something that you don't have to actually purchase on your own. I have PDF'd the chapters from that book and put them on Blackboard. If you do want to purchase it, the bookstore might have some, or you can email me. All right, for technology, this course will use Blackboard Learn. Blackboard Learn is updated. It's our main way of communicating with each other, and the main way that you are going to be getting all of the content for the course. If you've never used Blackboard Learn or it's been a while, I suggest you do some training. So any misuse or misunderstanding is not an acceptable reason to miss coursework, but really it'll just make your life a lot more difficult while you're trying to move through the material if you don't know how to use the technology. So there's a training schedule there. From MSU Denver. It's free. I recommend taking that if you feel that you're not so sure if you're competent in Blackboard. You can also email me some questions too and I can help. Okay, course communication. This is important for online learning. For me, the primary channel of communication is going to be my email address, bfleck2@msudenver. So I want you to email me questions, comments, concerns. You can use the Blackboard function email as well. It will shoot to my MSU Denver. It's my policy to respond to the emails within 24 to 36 hours, but this could be extended during weekends or holidays. One of the things that's really important is that you give me enough information about your question and who you are when you email me. So identify yourself by name, the course, and the assignment. When you contact me. And the reason why this is so helpful is because sometimes I'll have to go back and forth through email with a student just to figure out who they are, what section they are in, because I teach multiple courses, and then what exact assignment they had a question about. So the more detail you give me from the get-go, the quicker you're going to get your questions answered. Okay, for you, your MSU Denver email address is the only one that I'm allowed to use, so make sure your email is up and running with no problems. I'm going to send lots of course emails, reminders, information, changes, announcements, all kinds of things. So you really have to have that MSU Denver email up and running. Okay, we're moving through this at a good pace. Here are your course objectives. There are 3 of them. I'm going to allow you to read those at your own pace. They are important, so take a look at them. I have a section here on my teaching method. I think it's important to share my philosophy before embarking on a course together. And this is also an educational psychology course, so we're going to be talking a lot about teaching. It's nice to see this right here from the beginning. So I vary my teaching methods to ensure courses are accessible. I believe in transparency, so I have nothing to hide from you. You just need to communicate with me. Everyone has the right and ability to be successful, and I try to infuse each course with diversity. So I really do feel that a diversified education is really important in our growing multicultural society, and we need to promote a safe climate together where we can examine content from multiple perspectives. So those are the things that you can expect from me. So now the big question is, how are you going to learn the course material? To learn the material, you need to do 5 things. First is to understand the syllabus. So you're already taking a good step by watching or listening to this video. The second is to read the chapters in your textbook. The third is to complete active reading questions. The fourth is to use the lecture notes to help guide your reading. And then the 5th is to watch the online lectures. The thing about these 5 aspects is only one of them is graded, and it's the syllabus quiz. The rest are not graded. They're not something I follow up with you on. They are simply the tools that you have to be able to learn the material. If you don't use them, you likely won't learn, and you likely won't be successful in the course. So those 5 things are outlined in a little bit more detail in the following few paragraphs. The syllabus quiz is the first quiz that you have to take on Blackboard. You have to take it. You have to pass above 80% for all the other quiz grades to be recorded. It's due early on in the semester, either the first day or the first week, so check your course calendar. And you can find it on Blackboard within the Assessments tab. I'm going to take you over to Blackboard right now so I can show you where that syllabus quiz is and just give you a quick overview of the various tabs. So I've already pulled Blackboard up. However, this is the instructor view, so I'm going to switch it over and enter the student view. That way now the screen that you see here is going to be the exact same screen that you're going to see when you pull up Blackboard. So on the left-hand side, you see all of these tabs. This is where you're going to find all of the information for the course. And we were talking a little bit about the quiz for the syllabus, so that's going to be found in the Assessments tab. So I click that, and it's the top one right here. So I would click it to begin my syllabus quiz. This quiz is 10 points in your course, and you can take it 2 times. Your best score is going to count, so only 2 times for the syllabus quiz. All right, we'll come back over here and we'll look at some of these other features as we continue to walk through the syllabus together. So number 2 are the readings. It's important, actually it's essential, that you read the information for this class. It's the primary way that you're going to get content delivered to you. You're responsible for the material that's in your text, and the ELA assignments, which we'll cover in a minute, and your quizzes and your final exam, they're all going to assess that information. Okay, active reading questions. So to help you read through the text material, I've written active reading questions. The questions are found in the active reading folder in the Blackboard Learning Management System in the Content tab. I'll show you them in a moment. You have 1 set of questions for each chapter of your text. The questions highlight some of the important information. They have you think about the material in different ways, and they help you focus as you read. The active reading questions are not assigned and they're not due. However, if you do them, you will do better in the course. So this is a way or a tool that you have to help you learn this material. So let me head over to Blackboard. I'm going to hop into the Content tab. Once I do this, you will see At the top, the top folder are the active reading questions folder, so I can click on that. And then I'll just pull one up as an example. I'll click on chapter 1, 2, and 5. So I go in here, I pull it open. Wherever you get your downloads, you'll want to open those, and here they are. So a list of objectives and then the questions for chapter 1. I could move over to chapter 2 and look at these questions, and chapter 5. Okay. Lecture outlines are the next piece that will help you learn the material. They're found in the lecture outline folder in the content tab. You need to use Adobe Reader because they're PDF files. They are outlines or PowerPoint slides, and they highlight important information from the chapter. So another tool to help you learn. I'm going to show you where those are. So back into the content tab, we can head over to lecture outlines, and then we have all of our outlines here. I'll just open up chapter 6 as an example. So sometimes it'll show up right here. Other times you can check to see if it downloaded automatically for you, or you can click the Here button and it will bring it up in a separate window. So it's going to depend on your browser and your computer. So here they open up, and now you can see PowerPoint slides offered in a PDF version that outline the chapter. Okay, online lectures are the next piece. There's a YouTube channel that's been set up for the course. You found this video on the YouTube channel, so the other lectures are there as well. The lectures come from a previous hybrid version of the course. They were live, they were in class, so there are some aspects that are straight lecture, sometimes discussion with other students, parts where groups work together on assignments. It's not the best quality, but it's just like being in class in case you want that kind of face-to-face lecture type environment. You can find the YouTube channel with all of the lectures by following this link. It's also linked on Blackboard, so I'll actually show you the link there. If I'm back in the content tab, I have the online lectures link. I can head over there, and then you will see lots of videos here. So I can just move over until I find the one that I'm looking for. So for example, Psych 1800 Class 1 Developmental Overview, 32 minutes. You could click on that. You could have your PowerPoint slides open, your active reading questions open, and this can really help you get an in-depth coverage of the information from that chapter. And of course there are lots more. You just have to find the one that corresponds to the chapter that you're working on. All right. So now, how is your learning going to be assessed? We just covered all the tools that you have to learn the information. How am I going to check to see if you've done that? I have 4 ways of assessing you. You're going to complete a series of quizzes. You're going to participate in graded online discussion boards. You're going to complete 4 short writing assignments, and then you're going to take a final exam. So let's talk about the quizzes. There are 13 quizzes. They're on Blackboard. There is 1 per chapter of the textbook. The quizzes consist of 10 multiple choice questions, and they come from material covered in the readings and the lectures. Here are some important bullet points. The quizzes are found in Blackboard in the Assessment tab. The quizzes are available for the entire semester, but they close in order based on the course calendar. You take about 1 to 2 quizzes a week, depending on if you're taking an 18 or 16-week course. The course schedule has all of the due dates for the quizzes, and you need to do them in that order. So we don't go necessarily chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go chapter 1, 2, 5, and then we go back to 3, and then we head over to 7 or 6. So you need to follow your course calendar. You have 25 minutes to complete each quiz. It's ample time to answer all 10 questions, but what it does mean is that you don't always have enough time to look up every single answer in your book, so you need to study and prepare. The quizzes are worth 25 points, that's 2.5 points per question, and they are difficult. So I'm not going to lie or pretend that they're not challenging, they are. So be prepared for that and read and use all those tools we just talked about to help you learn the information. Okay, you're going to take 13 quizzes, but I'm going to drop your lowest score, so only 12 quizzes count. That means if you miss one, if you fail one, if you have computer problems, any of those things, you get one that's completely free that gets dropped no matter what. So in total, the quizzes are worth 300 points of your final grade, which is out of 1,000. There aren't any makeups, redos, or takeovers, and the reason for this is because of the drop. So you've got something built in case life happens and you miss one. All right, you might only see 10 quizzes on the screen at a time because at the bottom of Blackboard, it cuts it off, and so there's a show all, and I just put that there in case that happens to you. So let me head over to Blackboard. If we go into the Assessments tab, you can see Quiz 1, Quiz 2, Quiz 3, Chapter 5. So just an example of how it doesn't always line up. Follow your course calendar. And then all the way down, my screen is showing all possible quizzes that are available to you. All right, are you still with me? I know this is a lot. Maybe press pause, take a few minutes, and come on back when you're ready. We are going to move on to the peer discussion board. There are 3 course discussion board forums. In each forum, there are assignments that you have to complete. So the discussion board is one of the tabs on the left side of Blackboard. I'll show you it in a moment. You'll find all of the assignments and the instructions there. So the first discussion board forum is the introduction discussion board. It's your first assignment to post an introduction of who you are in this thread. You'll enter the thread, you'll click create message, and then you'll write your introductions there. This happens in the first week of class. For some cases, it's even the first day. So look at your course calendar. Here are the answers that I'm looking for, and this is posted also in that thread, so you can read through this on your own and prepare to answer those questions. Now, after you've introduced yourself, I need you to comment on 2 of your peers' introductions. So what things you have in common, what can you help them with, or anything else that you want to share to help you meet some of your peers. I have sentence lengths here for those things as well. So this assignment in total is worth 25 points, 15 points for your introduction, and then 10 points for your peer comments, and it's 5 points for each one. Let me show you where it is on Blackboard. We head over to the discussion board tab, and then the first one right here is going to be your introduction discussion board forum. I can enter it. I already posted an introduction, so you can see this here. It's a good model for you if you're interested in reading it, and you would actually go ahead and create a thread. The next discussion board forum are the YouTube discussion board questions. This is a series of questions that I have for you regarding YouTube videos that are related to course content. You can find all of them in the YouTube discussion board forum. To complete these assignments, you have to watch the designated YouTube link. Then you have to answer the question that I pose. This is what I call your initial post. Your initial post has to be 100 words long. What I suggest is that you type it in a Word document and then copy and paste it over to the discussion board in case something happens when you go to hit submit and for some reason you lose it, then you wouldn't have actually lost all of your work and you can just copy and paste it in again. All right, your initial post has to address textbook information. You don't have to cite your book for this assignment, but you have to discuss material from your textbook. You'll earn 10 points for your initial post, 5 for an adequate answer, 10 for a perfect answer, 0 points if you just missed it. After you've done your initial post, you have to comment on one of your peers' answers. So this is your peer response post. And again, it's 10 points. Same kind of grading scale. Your peer response only has to be 50 words long. I want you to engage in real discussion with your peers. Ask them questions, talk about what they wrote about, dig deeper into the information. All right, there is a total of 20 points possible per thread then. 10 for the initial post, 10 for the peer response post. We put this all together for 240 points towards your final grade. There are strict due dates for the posts. The answers and the peer response are due on the same day, same time, by midnight on the day of the course calendar. If we want to take a look at those YouTube posts, we can head over to the discussion board. Simply scroll down, and here we have the YouTube discussion board forum. I've put all of the directions right here in case you need a quick reminder. You can enter the thread, and then you see all of the threads for the chapters. And this will coincide, these labels will coincide with what's on your course calendar, so it will be easy for you to see those things. All right, one more discussion board forum, and it's called the Content Domains Discussion Board. You have a content domains assignment. It's one of the writing assignments. We'll talk about it in a minute. As part of that assignment, you have to post responses to your peers' work. So details on that assignment are going to be discussed in just a moment. You can find the content domains discussion board by entering the discussion board tab, scrolling all the way down. Oh, it's not there yet because I haven't activated it. So it will appear right here above the Observation Exchange board forum. Let's talk now about some of those writing assignments. So you have what are called experimental learning assignments, ELAs. There are 3 ELAs that you have to do in the course. This is the reason why the course is listed in the course catalog as mostly online, because one of your ELAs has to be an in-class observation. More about that in just a moment. So these ELAs are designed to demonstrate your knowledge and to serve as a reflective practice on the reading and the lecture material. They have you apply some of the information that we're talking about or learning in class to the real world, real kids, real situations. All right, you have many options to choose from for your ELA assignments, but you only need to do 3. All the options are found in the ELA folder on the Blackboard tab. At least one of the 3 ELAs you choose needs to be an in-class observation. Plan ahead for this. So what do I mean by in-class? You could do it at a daycare. You could do it at a religious church Sunday school. You could do it in a preschool. You could do it in a high school. You could do it at a public summer school. If you have a question to know if your location that you're planning on doing this in is approved, then just shoot me an email and double check with me. Okay? The Campus Child Care Center is a great location to do an observation if you don't have any ideas or connections with a classroom. So the Early Learning Center is linked right here, and you can tell them about this assignment. They can call me if they have any questions. I've had lots of students go there for their observation requirement. Each ELA is worth 75 points. That's 225 points total. There are strict due dates for each ELA. It has to be handed in time, or it's penalized 5 points per day that it's late. So you want to see the course calendar. To turn it in, you're going to submit it through the assignment link on Blackboard. I'll show you it in a moment. There is an ELA folder in the Content tab. All ELAs need to use APA-style citation methods and need to contain information from your textbook. There is a separate document. It's called the ELA assignment sheet. It has all of the detailed requirements. I also have a YouTube video just for ELAs. So it's called How to Complete an ELA Video, and it's on the YouTube channel. There's also a link to it right here. So I'll click on that just so I can show you. It will be really, really, really helpful for you to take a look at this video before you start your ELAs. Oh, okay, here it is. I'm not going to let it play, but you'll want to take a look at it on your own time. All right, I have some notes here about APA-style citations because it's a big deal. It's a big part of this assignment. If you have questions on the citations, email me. You can also use a resource called the Purdue OWL. It's linked on Blackboard. Let me show you on Blackboard where the ELAs are so that there are no questions about their location and some of their details. So we come over to content, and then we have a folder called experimental learning assignments, and I click in there. Okay, so on your course calendar it's going to say ELA 1 due, ELA 2 due, and ELA 3 due. Here's that video for how to complete it. Here's the assignment instruction page. Download that really quickly and pull it up for you. Look at all of these details. Please read them and follow this assignment sheet to help you. So back in Blackboard, in the experimental learning folders, let's say it's time to do ELA 1. I'm going to click on that folder. There's ELA option A and option B. You only have to do one of them, so you have a choice. Look at both, decide which one you want to do. This is where you're going to submit the ELA. You'll click right here. Here are some movie files that are used in the ELAs. They're also on the Blackboard or on the YouTube page just in case. So let's say it's time now to do ELA 2. You would head into ELA 2 folder. Then you have option A and option B. All right, remember that one of these throughout the semester, just one, has to be an in-class observation. So if I open up option A and I pull it up, you'll notice that there's nothing here indicating anything about it being a class observation. Now, obviously I went through it really quick. You would read it in more detail. But what I want to show you is now if I am in ELA 2 and I hit option B and I download that and I open it up, all right, here at the top it says this ELA counts as an observation ELA. So that's how you know if it's the observation or not. You have to do one observation throughout the entire semester. All right. There are usually lots of questions surrounding the ELA assignments, so please don't hesitate to ask if you run into some of those questions. All right, the last writing assignment that you have is called the Content Domains assignment. It is also explained in a full video on the YouTube channel, so you can view the video for class 10. It's called How to Complete the Content Domains. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one of the 4 content domains, which is either reading, writing, math, or science, and you answer the questions on the assignment sheet that's found in the content domains folder. Okay, after you complete this assignment, I'm going to share 4 people's assignments, one from each content domain, on the discussion board forum. So someone can see an example of math, of writing, of science, and of reading. At that point, you need to comment on your peers' work on the discussion board. So one comment needs to be on the content domain that was the same one that you focused on. So if you wrote about math, you have to make a comment on the math. The other comment has to be about one of the other content domains that you did not focus on. Again, I'm going to suggest that you watch that video on the YouTube channel. This is worth 50 points. So 10 points per question in the original assignment for 40 points, and then 5 points per discussion board post. If we head over to Blackboard and I go to the Content tab and I head down to the Content Domains folder, this is where you're going to find the video, the assignment itself, the discussion board instructions, and then where you submit the assignment itself by clicking on this link. The last course requirement that you have is your final opportunity. I call it an opportunity because it's your opportunity or chance to show me what you've learned. It's a multiple choice assessment and it will cover content from the entire course, so it's cumulative. The following bullet points help you understand information regarding the final opportunity. So it can be found on Blackboard within the Assessments tab. Let's take a look at that right now. So over in Blackboard Assessments, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and here you have your final opportunity. All the information from your syllabus is just copied and pasted in right here, so it's a good reminder before you take this exam. Okay, it is due by the last day of class at midnight, closes thereafter, no exceptions. You have an hour and a half to complete the final. You only have one chance to take it, so once you open it, you can't open it another time. And it is worth 150 points. The course grade is consisting of all of the requirements that we just covered. So the syllabus quiz is 10 points, 12 of the quiz is 300, all the way down until you get a total possible points offered in this class, which is 1,000. So that 1,000 points are the amount of points that you can earn. The amount that you earn dictates what grade you have. So if you're in the 900s, you have an A. If you're in the 800s, you have one of the B's, 700 C's, and so on. I have some grade policies here. I understand that sometimes things happen, extensions are needed. You need to contact me via email to discuss your situation, and you need to do it with me prior to the missed deadline. There's also a 5-point deduction on things that are late. Please note that this doesn't count for quizzes because your quizzes, you have the drop. So that drop is what I would reply to you. I'd say, okay, well, you could use this for your freebie or your drop, and then you wouldn't make it up. But the ELAs, the content domains, things like that, shoot me an email, talk with me, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, other important course information. I'm going to let you read most of this on your own, but I do want to bring up this first important bullet point. This is an online course, so if you've got questions, comments, suggestions, you've got things you need to know, you've got to talk with me. You've got to send me an email. You've got to call, you got to come to office hours. I don't see you every day in class. I don't know what's going on at home while you're working on course material. So please ask and communicate. There's no question that's stupid. There's nothing that would waste anybody's time. Get the information that you need. Okay, the rest of this you can read through on your own. There's a human relations statement, an ADA compliance statement, and an academic honesty. I do briefly want to mention the ADA compliance. If you are a student who has a special need due to a disability and you've worked with the Access Center, please let me know. Send me any documentation that you need for your disability so that I can give you the accommodations that have been approved by the Access Center. I am more than happy to help, so just communicate with me. All right, I do want you to see the syllabus addendum that the Letters, Arts, and Science and Psychology department puts out. I have posted that on Blackboard. Those just include standard policies from the department and the college. All right, your course calendar is super important, so let's take a look at it together. All items are due by midnight on the given date. Now remember, these days will change depending on what semester you are taking this course. So your syllabus, Blackboard training if you need it, and your syllabus quiz are due the first day of class. So you got to hit the ground running. All right, after that, you'll notice the date. In this particular semester, things are due on Thursdays and Mondays. It could be different based on your syllabus, so make sure you're following your course calendar. So it has the date, it has the readings. So this is chapter 1, for example. And then it has the quiz that's due, chapter 1, quiz 1, that's 25 points. Your YouTube discussion board thread, right here, 20 points. And then your introduction post and peer comments, 25 points. So you can kind of just go through and look to see when things are due. Remember, it's by midnight on the date indicated in this far left column. The first ELA, when it comes in, it's the only thing that comes in that day because it's the first time you're doing this assignment. But you'll notice for ELA 2 and ELA 3, it's amidst other work. So be prepared for that. Your final opportunity is due on the last day of class. All right, back over in Blackboard, let's just make sure that we didn't miss anything. So you have announcements, I'll post things there. You can contact me via email down here. You've got your discussion boards, your content, the syllabus and course information. You do want to start here. So you'll print the syllabus, which you're already looking at. You'll watch the video. This is also where you can find those book 2 readings. If your textbook comes in late, I've got chapter 1 and 2 here, so you can still get going. And the help desk for Metro, some helpful online videos, so on and so forth. So I think that takes care of everything. You can always look at your grades from the My Grades calendar. Again, I just want to stress, if you have any questions, please email me, let me know, and that way we can have a great, productive semester. So I look forward to working with you and talking with you soon.